If you owe the bank $1,000, you have a massive anxiety-inducing problem. But if you owe the bank $10 million, the bank has a problem. Society teaches us that all debt is evil, a trap designed to keep you broke. But behind closed doors, the ultra-wealthy don't just use debt. They rely on it to build empires, avoid taxes, and live completely free of consequences. Today, we are going to break down the exact mathematical systems and psychological realities of debt. We are going to explore exactly how the system, the banks, and your own mind treat you at every single level of borrowing, from a $1,000 credit card balance to a $10 million institutional loan. By the end of this video, you will never look at money the same way again. Let's start at level 1, consumer debt. This is the realm of credit cards, payday loans, and buy now, pay later schemes. To understand this mathematically, you have to realize that consumer debt is just compounding interest working in reverse. If you have a $5,000 credit card balance at a standard 24% interest rate and you only make the minimum payments, you aren't just paying back $5,000. It will take you over 14 years to pay off, and you will hand the bank an additional $7,000 purely in interest. But this is where the math stops and the psychological warfare begins. At this level, debt is a character flaw. Banks treat you with suspicion. The system treats you like a liability. Every phone call from an unknown number makes your stomach drop. You check your mail with a sense of dread. You are trapped in a cycle of shame. You can't sleep because your brain is constantly running calculations on how to stretch your next paycheck. At level 1, debt is a predator, and you are the prey. The entire financial system is mathematically designed to keep you stuck right here, paying maximum interest for minimum principal. But what happens when you finally climb out and enter the middle class? Welcome to level 2, the illusion of wealth. This is the domain of student loans, auto financing, and the 30-year mortgage. Suddenly, the narrative flips. Society stops calling it a trap and starts calling it good debt. Let's look at the mechanics in a way it's easy to understand. When you take out a $400,000 mortgage at a standard interest rate, you aren't actually paying off your house for the first decade. Because of how mortgages are amortized, almost your entire monthly payment goes directly to the bank's profit. At level 2, the bank's psychology changes. They no longer treat you like a criminal. They treat you like their favorite customer. They offer you coffee in the lobby. Why? Because you are now a reliable, securitized asset. Your 30 years of future labor have just been packaged and sold on Wall Street. Psychologically, this is the most dangerous level. You look wealthy, you drive the nice car, you have the beautiful home, but you own none of it. You are wearing golden handcuffs. The anxiety of level 1 is replaced by a terrifying fragility. You realize that you are exactly 2 missed paychecks away from losing the entire illusion. You cannot quit the job you hate because your debt demands a constant, uninterrupted stream of income. You are a prisoner in a cage you furnished yourself. But when you cross the $1 million threshold, the rules of the game fundamentally break. Welcome to level 3, leverage. This is the territory of real estate investors, small business owners, and syndicators. At this level, debt is no longer tied to consumption. It is tied to acquisition. You borrow $1 million at 6% interest to buy a commercial property that yields 10%. The asset pays the debt, and you pocket the spread. Debt is no longer a shackle. It is an employee that works for you. How the bank treats you shifts entirely. They don't care about your personal credit score as much anymore. They care about the cash flow of the asset. The psychological pivot here is jarring. You have to unlearn everything society taught you about money. $1 million in debt used to sound like a death sentence. Now it's just a line item on a spreadsheet. You lose the emotional attachment to the zeros. When a pipe bursts in your apartment building, it isn't a personal tragedy like it was in level 2. It's just a tax write-off. Your identity completely separates from your balance sheet. And finally, we reach level 4, $10 million and beyond. Institutional debt, the realm of the ultra-high net worth. At this level, debt isn't just leverage. It is a legal shield against the tax code. It's a strategy literally known by wealth managers as buy, borrow, die. Instead, you walk into a private bank, pledge your assets as collateral, and the bank gives you a $10 million line of credit at a near zero interest rate. Because debt is not legally classified as income, it is completely tax-free. You live a billionaire lifestyle, funded entirely by borrowed money, while your underlying assets continue to grow faster than the interest you owe. And when you die, the assets pass to your heirs through a legal loophole. The debt is wiped clean by the estate, and the government gets absolutely nothing. At this level, you are untouchable. If you owe the bank $10 million, the bank's financial health is tied to your success. They don't call you to demand payments. They invite you to golf tournaments to make sure you're happy. You hold the leverage. Debt is not a monolith. It is a shape-shifting tool that treats you entirely based on why you borrowed the money, not how much you borrowed. At the bottom, it is designed to extract your wealth. In the middle, it is designed to extract your labor. But at the very top, it is designed to extract your freedom from the system itself. Debt is nothing more than a magnifying glass. If you use it to buy things that lose value, it will magnify your poverty and destroy your peace of mind. But if you learn to use it to buy things that make money, it will magnify your wealth until the rules of the game no longer apply to you. The only question is, which side of the magnifying glass are you standing on?